Hey guys, I'm Jay Mamie from thejmamie.com. Excited to bring you another segment on how to thrive. So let's get started. Hello everyone, Jay Mamie here from thejmamie.com, bringing you yet another message of power and encouragement. I wanted to share with you though, just a quick thought on a message that I shared with someone about 2 hours ago, and we were sitting here at this table and just getting a chance to chat a little bit, and it's someone that I've been working with for quite some time, and I asked that person what was their goal, what was it that was inspiring them the most in pursuit of a project that they're working with right now. And you know, the fact of the matter is, he said to me, well, I want to dominate the industry. I want to be a dominating force, and that's the word he kept talking about. And I thought to myself, well, that's a pretty powerful word, and I'm sure that most people that are ambitious, whatever it is they're pursuing, want to dominate. I mean, they don't want to, as I've heard before, not compete. They want to dominate, and I get all that, and it's a good feeling. It's healthy. But the question becomes then, how do you dominate, and what do you have to have in alignment in order for you to dominate whatever it is that you're trying to dominate? And I know that many of you, as you watch these videos, you're coming from many different avenues, many different reasons why you land on these videos and on our site. But I want to share with you that the theme is appropriate to whatever pursuit that you're in. So if you're looking to dominate something in your life, in business, in academics, in school, in relationships, in your health, whatever it is that you want to dominate, and dominate means that you actually have total control, that you're in a strong position, and that you've got the thing down pat, right? That's a good way to describe dominate. When you dominate something, I said to him, you have to have 4 things before you can begin to dominate anything. Number 1, you have to have a dream, and I call these, by the way, the 4 D's of domination. Number 1, obviously, you have to have a dream. Now, everyone says dream, and it's sort of cliche-ish, right? But let me add my spin to it. Dream, whatever dream you have to have one, because that starts the whole thing. That's the catalyst. That's the beginning of the whole process. But that dream has to be bold. I mean, it's got to be big. It's got to be bold. It's got to be beautiful. It's got to be the kind of thing that you get so excited about. And by the way, if nobody else gets excited about it, it's okay. It's not their business to be excited about your dream. It's your business to be excited about your dream. But it's got to be big enough that it's going to stir you. It's got to be bold enough that it's going to disturb you, and even cause you to wonder, can you achieve it? Because in that hesitation, whether or not you can achieve it, will curdle up desire. We're going to get to that in a minute. But it's got to be bold. It's got to be beautiful. It's got to be exciting. But it's got to be yours. In other words, you can't help build somebody else's dream, because in the end, you won't stir enough fuel in your tank to engine someone else's dream. It's got to be your dream. It's got to be what you get excited about. You can't live in somebody else's house and get excited about that. You got to live in your own house. So it's got to be your dream. Big, bold, beautiful, and that dream's got to be yours. The second D in domination is you have to have desire. You see, at the end of the day, desire was going to give you that extra push to begin to see your dream manifest. Now, dream and desire, you're still a long ways away, but you have to have the desire, because that's what's going to get you up in the morning. That's what's going to get you moving when you don't feel like moving. In fact, as I wrote on my notes here, desire is equivalent to the level of hunger that you have. Are you hungry to see that dream come to pass? Is it one of many dreams that you have that never really take off because you lack the desire to see them begin to take flight? Well, you have to have desire to do that. And by the way, how do you know you have desire about that particular dream? It keeps you up at night. In fact, it makes you uncomfortable that you're not living that dream, that you don't have that you're not dominating whatever it is you're involved in. It makes you uncomfortable, it makes you sort of sick to your stomach to know that you could do more, that there is better out there, but you're not having it. See, if you're going to be a dominating force in whatever you're doing, that dream has to be backed up by desire so bad that it makes you sick to your stomach that you yet haven't achieved that dream. That's the desire you need to have in order to make those dreams come to pass, in order to position yourself to dominate anything. What's the third thing? The third thing is you better have a design. In other words, you better have a plan. I've seen so many people, as I was talking to this particular fella just a few minutes ago. Big dream, right? Dream. I can see that he's got desire. And I said, what's your plan? What's your design? How are you going to get there? What's the A starting point? What's the B point? Where are you with all this? And that was very fuzzy in his answer. So I want to encourage you. If you've got dreams that are big, bold, and beautiful, and they're yours, wonderful. If you've got desire, I mean authentic desire, not the kind of desire that the minute someone scares you or says boo, all of a sudden you crumble and you shrink down to a mini-me. That's not what I'm talking about. Desire means that even if somebody says nasty things to you and they're ugly to you, they reject you, you still got enough in you to keep going. You get knocked down, you get back up. That's desire. Well, all that has to be in alignment with a design. In other words, what's the plan? You can't be haphazard. It cannot be a run-of-the-mill. You cannot expect to dominate anything if you don't have a step-by-step design on how you're going to do it. If your design is weak, you're not dominating anything. If your design is rock solid, waterproof, watertight, and you know that the results you're going to get are going to come, then that's another way you can begin to feel good about dominating whatever it is that you're looking to dominate. You have to have a design. And the last D of the 4 Ds, and here's the big one. Here's the one that most people struggle with. Honestly, this is the one that most people struggle with. Discipline. It takes discipline to dominate. I want to say that again. It takes discipline to dominate whatever you're looking to dominate. If you're looking to dominate your health, in other words, be in control, you better have discipline. If you want to dominate in business, you better have discipline. In your health, you really need to have this relationships, discipline. You want to be successful, discipline. Most people fail in dominating anything. Heck, most people fail in just having a working grasp of what they're doing to some degree of success because they lack the discipline to see it come to pass. They lack the discipline to get better. They lack the discipline to seek the resources that will help them get better. If you're going to dominate anything, let me tell you something. You better have the discipline. And if you don't have the discipline, you better get it quick because it won't work without the discipline. See, you can have dream. You can have the desire. You could have a well-laid design. I mean, it is awesome. You've got tons of help to create this wonderful design, this plan. But if you don't have the discipline to see it through, then the first 3 are a waste of time. You'll end up being disappointed. You'll end up being discouraged. And after all that, you'll end up actually being depressed that you have never gotten to that breaking point where you can see yourself dominating anything. Discipline is required to dominate. Let me give an example. I was chatting with a guy who is from California. He's never been to New York. And he says to me, I'd love to go to New York. I want to go to the Bronx. I want to go to Yankee Stadium. And he said, that's one of my dreams. Now, granted, that's a small dream, right? But it's his dream. It's one of his dreams. And so he said, I just want to go see the Yankees play in New York. Now, I'm from New York. I grew up watching the Yankees, so I could understand why he would want to come to the Yankee game, to the Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. So he says he wants to go. I said, great. I said, so when you plan on doing it? So he laid out when he's coming, and I said, once you get to New York, what do you plan on doing once you get to New York? You get to LaGuardia. How you plan on getting to the stadium? And he said, well, he's going to do this, that, and the other. He had a plan laid out. And I said, so let me ask you, you've got a dream to come. Obviously, you got the desire. You've been thinking about it. It's one of those things that's on your bucket list. So once you put it on your bucket list, that's a real strong indication you have desire. He's got the design. He knows when he's flying in, the flight, the cab, the train, how to get to the Bronx. I said to him, well, you know, all that's great, but are you going to follow through? You got the dream, you got the desire, you got the plan, you got the design, but are you going to follow through? In other words, are you going to allow excuses to get in the way between you and arriving in the Bronx, watching a game, watching a Yankee game on the day that you decide you want to do it? What are you going to allow to get in your way? Is it going to be excuses? Is it going to be someone else telling you crazy going to New York, you've never been there? Because that's where the discipline is going to come in order to get to that Yankee game. I'm going to share with you the same message as I wrap up here. You figure out whatever it is that you want to dominate. Whatever it is that you want to be great at, excel at, whatever that is. And whatever that is, there better be a dream that's big, bold, and beautiful, and it is yours on your way to dominate that thing. Number 2, you better have the desire that is unmatched. You can't be weak-minded. You got to be hungry. You got to be disturbed that you don't have that dream yet, that you're not dominating that yet. You got to be disturbed by that. If it doesn't disturb you, then it's not that important, and you don't have the desire. But if you got those 2, then you better have a plan, a good plan. Get a design. Dream, desire, design, and work on the discipline to make it all happen. And you will dominate whatever it is that you're looking to dominate. This is Jay Mamie. I hope this helps. Keep coming back for more at jaymamie.com. Take care.